But welcome to the Emergency Operations Center. With us today, I'm glad to have members of our community, first responders, including the Sheriff's Office, local law enforcement agencies, municipal police departments, our fire districts, representatives of our utilities, electric utilities, CLECO, Washington St. Tammany Electric, and Entergy, representatives of Senator Cassidy's office, and our other congressional leaders, representatives of our state legislative delegation, our North Shore delegation, and quite a few members of Team Tammany, the directors of our departments at St. Tammany Parish government that play such a big role in managing the day-to-day operations here at St. Tammany Parish government. The Mayor Mandeville, thank you for being here. Chris Massagill with St. Tammany Corp. and Keith Esperdon. I know I may not have received everybody or acknowledged everybody, but thank you for being here. As I go through this, questions will be available after these comments. You'll be welcome to ask questions to Clint, myself, or to even the electric utility providers are available to answer questions. In the next few hours, we're expecting up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, possibly 4 to 6 feet storm surge in coastal areas, and flash flooding with several inches of rain projected in isolated areas. The eye of Francine is projected to be just to the west of us. Now is the time to stay where you are or get to a safe location. Of course, time is ticking and the time frame is increasingly reduced. Please stay off the roads. Let our first responders do their jobs. Plan to stay where you are until tomorrow morning. We are prepared for this. This is something that our Team Tammany and that our local first responders and all those that are in this room represented are focused on year-round. However, strong winds can turn our beautiful tall pine trees into hazards. We do expect power outages. Fallen trees may be on down lines. This is why it's critically important to stay off the roads. This morning, we activated our Emergency Operations Center, which we are now in this location here, and will be here throughout the storm. All essential crews, law enforcement, first responders, DOTD, utility representatives, community and faith-based groups are here ready to assist you. We have closed officially our sandbag pickup locations. We're urging you to stay off the roads, and if you don't have your sandbags by now, it may be difficult to do so. We advise our citizens, if you need assistance during or after Francine, please call our number, 985-898-2700. We have call takers on standby, ready to assist you. Let me repeat, 985-898-2700. We also have a web page full of resources and information for our citizens. stpgov.org/storm. stpgov.org/storm. We have strategically placed our public works and utilities crews and equipment across the parish. Once the sun rises in the morning and it's safe, we will deploy to open up our parish as quickly as possible. Please stay off the roads during this time to allow our crews to work. Our electric utility providers are here. CLECO, West St. Tammany Electric, Washington St. Tammany Electric Co-op, and Entergy are here as well. They have placed assets across the parish in strategic locations and are ready to respond quickly and safely as soon as we're able to open up the roadways for them in the morning. Our engineers are monitoring the river levels. The Chafuncta River, the Boga Flya, the Boga Chitto, and the Pearl are the main rivers where we have gauges. At this time, none of the rivers are expected to rise to concerning levels. However, that can change quickly with strong winds and heavy rains. We will continue to monitor the situation and let you know if that does change. As a reminder, and I mentioned this yesterday, please bring your pets indoors and make sure they're wearing a collar. In the event they happen to slip out of your home, it will always be helpful for that. Now and in the days to come, generators will be important for many families. That again was mentioned yesterday, the importance of staying safe and making sure that the generators are a safe distance from your homes. During Hurricane Ida 3 years ago, running generators caused most of the injuries that were sustained. So please take steps to protect your families. And please know that at this time, we see that service stations, convenience stores, and our supermarkets are closing early so their employees may get off the roads and to the safety of their homes. So we encourage, we can't encourage you enough to stay off the roads. We assure you that we're well prepared for this storm. We have been through bigger, stronger storms and have a good idea of what to expect with Francine. We certainly hope and pray that the impacts are minimal. I'm going to reserve comments at the end after questions and answers to give follow-up phone numbers, reinforce the phone numbers and website information. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask Clint Orey to give an update from what he has learned from our first responders to give further information. Clint?
Sure. Thank you, President. So as President Cooper mentioned, our preparedness for storms are year-round. That is our focus, and not just hurricanes, but any disaster, man-made or natural. And we are constantly coordinating. So he named all people in the room, and there are many more who we work with. We want to make sure that you understand that they are ready and prepared, very well prepared. We're very fortunate and blessed to have the resources that we have here in St. Tammany Parish, and they will respond to help you. We have over 270 firefighters on duty right now, ready to help clear roads and to respond to needs before and after the storm. We also, the Sheriff's Office alone added 50 additional personnel just for storm response. So that's in addition to their normal patrols that they have. Our cities have done the same. We've also done that with Public Works. So our ambulance service, Acadian Ambulance Service, is the ambulance service for St. Tammany Parish. We do have some fire-based ambulance services as well, but Acadian covers most of the parish. They too have staffed up. All of those entities have liaisons here in our EOC where that information, even if phones go down, it can be radioed in, and we have call takers that are taking calls in the EOC and making sure that information goes where it needs to go. So we want you to know that we're well prepared. But it's important to remember that, as President Cooper stated, we need people to stay inside, stay home, stay safe, let the storm pass, because once we get above sustained tropical storm force winds, those first responders should not be responding. And every storm that comes through, we always have the few that end up going out, and we've had a lot of near misses over the years, and we don't want to cause additional harm or injury to those first responders and having them respond in serious conditions. And there's a point, 40, 50 miles an hour, where there's no way they're going to be able to respond. And so we want everybody to understand that if you're here, there may be a time during the peak winds that you're not going to be able to have anybody respond to you. And so we need people to stay inside and stay safe. President Cooper mentioned the generators, and we can't reiterate that enough, whether it's carbon monoxide or whether it's fires. Again, every storm we've had issues with that, and people have lost their lives, have been seriously injured as a result. So please be careful. We're prepared for this storm. St. Tammany Parish is a resilient parish. We have self-reliant and prepared people, and we help each other. And I expect that that's going to happen again, and that we're going to come through this just fine. So we want to turn it over to questions?
Yeah, do you have any questions at this time?
Any shelters proposed to make feel they can't withstand the winds where they are currently?
We have not opened any shelters. We have taken calls, and I'm actually glad you asked that. So one of the things that I do want to mention is that we have incredible faith-based and nonprofit organizations in St. Tammany Parish. And by the way, if you want to do something to help, if you're outside of St. Tammany Parish, or even if you're inside, please consider donating to those, like the Red Cross, like the United Way, like North Shore Community Foundation, and there's many others. The North Lake Homeless Coalition helped us with someone who was in that situation and not only assisted them with shelter, but was able to give them a ride. They were living in a tent. And so we do have some of those things occurring, but under the conditions that we're currently forecasted to receive, most people should be fine in their houses. We don't have any travel trailers like we do north of us and west of us in those parishes left over from Ida. So we didn't have any of those kind of people in our community, but we know that there probably are some that maybe are more vulnerable than others, and we are accounting for those, and those sort of people have reached out to us, and they'll be the first to be checked on post-storm.
Any areas of the parish that you're paying more attention to than maybe perhaps the extreme eastern side?
Yeah, so, and I'm sitting here in my mind trying to think, because the conditions have changed slightly, but really overarchingly, our biggest concern is what's going to happen with the storm surge and how much rainfall we get. The winds are a concern, right, because it's tropical storm force winds, but that happens with thunderstorms here pretty regularly. And so we're pretty resilient to that for the most part. The bigger concern would be that storm surge coastal, but all of our drainage is gravity. And so when the rivers and creeks can't drain because the lake's backed up, any additional rainfall we get can cause increased flooding besides what happens from that inland push. So that's really the biggest thing, and we're hoping that we end up on the good side of that we don't get a lot of banding over St. Tammany Parish, that the storm quickly moves past us. The last update I saw, it was moving at 16 miles an hour, which we want it to keep moving that fast or faster if possible, get past us. Right now, as of the last forecast for St. Tammany Parish, we're expected to get our worst winds from 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m. And so, that's kind of parish-wide. And then there's, of course, there's that outside potential for tornadoes. And so we don't get to pick particularly where those will happen. And so really that would be it. If we have any tornadoes occur or if there's any significant flooding beyond what's forecasted, those are the two biggest concerns right now.